Welcome
Yay!
back. We're back. And you're still... Oh, well, no. Some of you are still in an Olive Copse. One of you is quite far down the hill. Yeah, you're going to need to make a dexterity-based saving danger because you're, like, fully tumbling down a fucking hill. Like, head over heels.
Lucky my dex is definitely not -1.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Okay, so, yeah, we just see Cora, like, start running, trip, start head over heels tumbling, right? And then just disappear over the edge of a cliff.
Did
Cora is
they
going...
grab the egg? Or was I
Cora's-
able to stop that?
They were running.
No, they were running with the egg.
Ah, okay.
So we just see...
So did the egg...
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Is the egg okay? Did the egg roll a dex check?
Cora, take a d6 damage.
Yes! Minus my armor, which is 0.
Plus, like, the egg took all of that...
Fuck yeah!
Like, the egg absorbed so much of the blood... No, I'm not fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. Cool.
Alright.
Alright,
I mean,
so, yeah.
Honestly, though, that seems like what happened.
No, what happened, like she took a 1, which means that they're now, like, they, like, hit, like, one rock on the, like, way down the thing and then just, like, grabbed a hold of a branch and are now hanging off a branch off the edge of a cliff. I mean, you guys remember this branch because the path goes under it, by a fair way. But you remember because this is the one that has like a skeleton, like a part of a skeleton hanging, like, caught in the tree, and you're now like holding there and like looking up at this skull, and like being like, oh, and like I think you've probably got the egg in your other hand, right?
Is the skeleton
Excellent.
Also,
What-
this, like in the same pose.
Yeah, basically. But I'm just gonna look at your your character sheet, Cora, because I want to know like I have a feeling that you were like there's some stuff that you were carrying that maybe you're not doing such a great job of carrying. Yeah, I feel like you like you have it, you can't see it, but you definitely heard your rapier clatter away below you.
No! Damn. Great. Cool. Alright, is there anything around me that I can use my... Oh, God.
You got one hand on a branch and one hand on an egg.
Yeah.
I mean, if you let go of the egg.
But I mean that would make climbing very easy. Otherwise you could wait and see what your friends do.
Can I discern realities to see if there's anything else around that I can talk to?
I mean, only if you describe yourself as doing something that I consider to be discerning realities.
Yeah, alright. I'm hanging off the branch and I'm like...
Okay, yeah.
Looking around, trying to, like, see if there's someone to help, because obviously I am too useless. Yeah.
Roll
that's
discern
it.
realities then, yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I am too useless.
Is that's wisdom?
Wisdom, yeah.
Why is it that people never realize they're useless until after they've grabbed the harpy egg and run a good distance away from us?
I mean, you're so good at magic.
Do you
it's-
know-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You should be happy that I'm too far away to hear that.
You've got one question that you can ask off of the list.
Alright,
Do you need
shit.
the list, or have you got it? I can give you the list if you need it.
Just scrolling to it. Cool. What here is useful or valuable to me?
All right. If you were to like lodge something into that like prickly end of the thing where the amongst like the bones and things, it would be pretty like well stuck. It wouldn't be going to fall anytime soon.
Can I lodge my egg there?
Certainly.
Okay. I put my egg there.
Yeah. You lodge it into the rib cage of this skeleton.
Yeah, and I take a mental snapshot of that because that sounds epic. And I don't have a camera in my adventuring pack, so that's it. And I'm down there on the map that has nowhere else around it. Okay.
So below you is a road that like curves up around the mountain, right? So that like.
Right.
And like it like goes off in a different direction before going up to the bit that you went to, but it has like cart tracks on it and things like that.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Well, then I just jumped down.
I mean, it's a long way down. Do you want to maybe climb?
Yes.
Like, yeah, welcome to jump, but that's going to be another d6 of damage.
Yeah, I'm a risk taker.
You just jump?
So, yep, I jump.
Wait.
I mean, no, she takes a d6 of damage and makes it safely to the ground. Good job. Well, safely.
Excellent.
We can't communicate with her from where we are.
Well, that's what I was saying. I would have thought at this point I have certainly run after them.
Yeah, you look over the thing. You see the egg nestled safely in the thing. You just see like, Cora like hit the road below and the sound of breaking bones.
Okay.
What?
You rolled 6 damage.
I've still got like 2 whole thirds. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got 1 armor, so it's 5. I'm fine. It's still good.
Yeah, you just happen to have a broken leg. Like that's separate to hit points.
Great.
Okay. Okay, so I can see. Okay.
Yeah, so I've also like definitely run down.
Can we reach the road from where we are? I think we're gonna take the long way around.
I mean, yeah, you can take the long way around, but it's not that long. It's
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just like, so. I'm going to
is it switch
again.
back, right? Like it's a switch.
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna meet them where they've fallen.
I can heal. I know you did that last time
Okay.
as well.
I'm mad at them right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you to heal them.
Yeah.
Simple magical healing will heal the hit point damage. It won't heal the leg.
Okay.
What have you got in your inventory? I have a staff. It's two-handed, but we can probably use it to make a splint of some sort.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. All right. Well, I'm going to start by trying to do first aid, basically, magical first aid. So I would like to lay on hands. So
So like you come like scrambling down the switchback.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Cora?
I'm so dazed that I am looking through my level 2 to 5 spells and trying to like figure out which one to choose at this excellent.
Level up. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I think that this is a good time to rest.
Let's do that now.
And level up. Yeah, great.
Right now, right in this moment.
Yeah.
It's like you go, wow, my whole life flashed before my eyes. I should make more use of my life.
Yeah. And right at the end, I leveled up. What?
So yeah, she's dazed as you approach, and you lay hands upon her. Damn it! Fuck.
Yeah,
They're dazed as you approach, and you lay hands upon them.
I met it too. I did too. We need
That's right.
We need
It's
a
the
swear
hardest
jar.
one for me, and I need to practice.
We need a swear jar.
Yeah, I need a swear jar exactly.
Yes, yeah. I run up to them. I'm like, "Oh, Cora, are you okay?" And like run over and like put my hands on their arm, and I'm going to pray for their well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's charisma.
I roll, yeah, charisma. Cora. Oh no!
What?
That's my best stat. Oh my god.
Yeah. You found out that Cora is evil.
What?
What?
What do you mean? How? Okay, can you explain to me?
Like all that happens is your divine sense goes off and
Right,
says,
so-
says that this is evil.
Oh no. This is what I feared. Okay.
That's awesome. That super suits the spell that I chose.
Ooh,
So that's cool.
Yeah, so I run up to them. I've been like trotting down the switchback awkwardly, and all sort of like gear on my back, and my armor is all just sort of going like tung, 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 tung. And yeah, I like awkwardly sort of trot over and fall down next to them, and I'm like, Cora, are you okay? And like put my hands on their arm, and yeah, I close my eyes to say a prayer, and yeah, just this sort of sense of again, I think for Titus it's always the smell, that like brimstone smell, like kind of assaults his senses, and for a moment he thinks it's the egg, but then he looks around and the egg is not nearby, and yeah, I think for him, like he almost feels like he can't say the prayer because of this sort of overwhelming sense of evil, so he just sort of like slowly takes his hands off of Cora's arm and kind of like looks over to Zeno, with just sort of an expression like,
I mean, you don't know what's happened internally, you know.
yeah,
All you
he
see is
doesn't
the
say
reaction.
anything.
Yeah.
He just seems to react really, like it would almost look like, you know, oh, are you okay? Oh no, they're dead. But I assume that Cora is like moving or making noise or something.
Yeah.
Ow!
My leg.
Okay.
Etc.
Well, Cora appears to be in shock.
Good point.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
well-
neither of you two can. Oh no, you saw where the egg was.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, I feel like I might regret this, but the first thing I'm gonna do is try and stabilize Cora. So I'm going to pick them up and using my staff, and since I'm getting wrecked on my wizard equipment anyway, I make a bandage out of some cloak of what I'm wearing,
Your other shoe.
and well, the fabric on the shoe, yeah, that's what I'll do. Does anyone have a sword I could borrow?
Yes. You can borrow my sword.
So I'm gonna take
I mean,
your
someone
sword
had a rapier.
and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask them for a rapier. I think that's a bad idea right now. But I'm going to grab the sword and just cut the little curl off my my shoe and use that to bind the staff to their leg and try and get them to sort of splint.
Right. Yeah. So you're doing a splint.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out if I think that needs a roll, and I don't think it does. I think you can just tie. I think you know how to tie a stick to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have a move for like.
Yeah. None of you have a move that is doing that thing, right? So
Yeah. Nothing I can think of.
yeah, but I'm going to go with if you're using up if you're using your staff and you're tying the thing, then I think you've tied a leg to a stick. Whether or not that's an effective splint, we'll find out.
That's fair enough. I'm also, because how far was the drop? Like, it was a good couple of feet, right?
So it was a 30-foot drop. They dropped the first 10
Right.
feet onto the thing and then dropped the last 20 feet like straight onto their leg.
So we're 20 feet away from
The
the
egg.
skeleton that has... Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to, again, try and signal the harpies.
They won't be able to.
They're well out of earshot at this point. You can't even hear them
Well,
singing.
well out of earshot.
Yeah.
Can I use prestidigitation to make like a...
You make like a flare or something.
Yeah, like a firework.
Flare, I can totally allow.
Yeah, alright. So I will cast prestidigitation to make a nice big... Can harpies read?
There's a question. Do you want to roll to spout knowledge about that, or?
Just make a flare that's like.
Yeah, just make a flare. I'll just make a flare. Just make a flare. I don't know if... Make a nice, loud flare to get their attention and to get them to come over and investigate.
Okay. Alright.
You're going to kill
Um,
us.
No, they won't. They won't. So I'm going to roll. This is for the casting of
Prestidigitation.
prestidigitation.
Excellent. Good job, Zeno. Well done. You made a flare. It made a silly noise.
Cool.
It's prestidigitation. It has to go like whoop 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 as it goes into the sky.
Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
As high as it possibly can.
Yep.
Hopefully that's higher than
Yeah, it goes up
30
like a
feet,
sodium
so
flare.
they can...
Yep.
Yeah, so they'll be able to see that, and then I'm gonna recommend that we get the hell out of Dodge
Yeah.
and
Oh, God.
get as far away from the egg as possible.
I think I might have to try and carry
Cora. Yeah.
I think we can help with that.
What are you doing now, Cora?
I'm struggling, and like I don't want to be held. I want to like get my egg back, and I want to use charming and open with Titus.
Okay.
Which means I can ask you a question, and you have to answer honestly.
First, you have to give you have to talk about yourself openly for this to happen.
Right. So you share something, and then you ask me, and I have to.
Like, I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the charming and open thing. But
Yeah.
Let's read it again.
It says that
you need to
they
speak.
can ask me a question back.
Okay, yeah, but you need to speak frankly with Titus first.
Okay. So this
Okay.
can't be like. It's not a manipulation rule. It has to be like heart to
Yeah.
heart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Titus, I know what you saw in me. And I have an idea of what you might be feeling. But I want to know, how can I get you to help me with my dream of making peace with the harpies?
How can you get me to help with your dream? Okay, so clarification. Do you say, how can you help me get the egg back, or how can you help me, like, gain the allegiance of the harpies? Because those two things are very different.
Yeah. I deliberately said gain the allegiance of the harpies,
Okay.
because this is more. I know you don't want anything to do with the egg. I've learnt about that. Okay. And now, like, you think I'm evil, but
Okay, alright.
I trust you.
Gotcha. Alright. So you want to gain the allegiance of the harpies. How can you get me to help you? I mean, I think Titus would say, I think your dream is noble. I want to help, and all while he's talking, he's like sort of like looking, you know, because I assume we can maybe hear like or whatever.
I think at this point you can probably hear like a strange like whistling noise. You know those things where it's like a tube that you spin, like if you spin like a vacuum tube. Yeah. So yeah, I think we can hear a kind of like a sound that like between that and like many wings like swooping through the air.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like looking over his shoulder continuously, but he says, it is a noble dream. I think it is wonderful, but I will help you. I will promise to help you. If you promise me you will not try any more egg things, you must give me the egg. But I will vow to help you. And when he's saying that, he means like vow with a capital V. Like if you
Alright.
give up the egg and you don't try to steal any more eggs, he will pledge to help you.
Okay, I put my hand out to shake with you and end up just sort of squeezing your hand as I'm about to pass out again because of Xeno's shitty splint. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Okay, I think, yeah, then I'm just gonna, I've still got hold of your hand, so I sort of, pull Cora's body and, kind of lift them over my shoulder, and I'm gonna do as Zeno said, and
I think at this point,
like it.
I think yeah, we see you start to run along the road, and I think then we star wipe to the three of you, Cora on Titus's back, struggling up this hill towards Rao, and seeing all of the tiled roof buildings half propped off the side of strange rock mountain structures and things, and almost like someone's just glued a bunch of houses on and buildings and towers and things onto the V between two mountains, right? And so and then in the center of it you can see that there's this nest of higgledy-piggledy towers that are emerging out of the middle of the valley, and there's all the buildings stuck up the sides of it. We can see you walking up towards the base of this valley, towards town, and a goat is trying to there's a guy who has a falcon. He's walking he's got a falcon.
Walking his falcon.
And he's got he's walking away from town with a falcon and a little trail of goats or something. And the falcon is trying to keeps trying to fly off and get at Cora, and he's no, it's not dead. Come along, Hawkins.
Not dead yet.
Yeah.
I feel happy.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and you head towards the town, and you start to hear the bustle of Rao. I think we'll go back to the world map.
I'm just gonna grab a thing real fast.
Yeah.
Just in 1 sec. But go on.
But yeah, so yeah, the sense of spice and spice and roasting pumpkin and strong food scents and things are wafting their way down, along with
Smells like home.
along with distinctly magical smells that are alchemical and ozone and gunpowder and things like that mixed in with these food smells. But yeah, you approach Rao. Um,
God.
the Rao is a confusing town to navigate. It like because you always find yourself like climbing a set of stairs and then being like, didn't I go up? I feel like I'm down now, and like, oh, we've lost maze.
Oh no. Hey.
Oh no! Her internet cut out. Let's see if we can get her. See what happens.
Standing by.
Yeah.
Bye. 4 minutes. There we go.
Yay! Oh gosh.
Great.
Hey, sorry.
Just reset the cameras.
Okay.
Right, cool. Now I think I need to rearrange you because I think now you're all in the wrong order again. But meanwhile, yeah, like you're moving,
sorry.
you're moving through this town with its like distinctive like, the like this distinctive like indigo tiled roofs and like like stone like big stones and mortar or all the buildings are made out of, and then like a whole bunch of them are like propped up are like propped up off the sides of natural structures, because there's just not enough space for them to be on the ground. But yeah, what do you do?
I would know my way around pretty well here because this is where I'm from. This is where they found me. I am taking you guys to the local infirmary, and we're gonna get that leg looked at.
Yeah.
That's what I think our first stop should be.
Yeah, cool. I mean, there's an infirmary in the university, and like I think that is it university
I have
or is it
contacts, sir.
what did we say that it was a university?
It was a college,
A
but
college,
yeah.
So in the college, there is an like a magical infirmary in that like if you have one of those in a town, you don't really need anything else.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Let's go get Harry Potter book 1 Quidditch on that leg. So, yeah, so that's where I think we're going to head first.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you like, okay, so you like come in the door and like it's of the infirmary, and like you get and like instantly Zeno gets like this woman who's like tending to a patient on a bed, like looks up and she's probably like late 20s. She's redheaded, immaculately dressed for a person working in like medicine. Like she should be covered in blood and things. She shouldn't have perfect makeup. And she like and she like she's like she like looks up from like feeding someone a spoonful of some kind of concoction, and like sees like Zeno bringing in this like injured person and just gives him a dirty look, and she's like as like, oh, I see you've been playing pranks again. Well, put them on a bed and I'll deal with them, Zeno.
It's not like that this time.
Yeah.
It's not like that this time. I was on a job. Things got a little bit out of hand. I'm just trying to help.
She's like, you know, I shouldn't really be putting this against your college, against college credit records. Really, you should be paying for this, but it's you, I guess. And she, you know, does a little, gives a little snort and goes over and starts like examining Cora's leg. And she's like, this is a compound fracture. Did you have a fall?
I think I talk before Cora can even speak. I'm just like, oh, they fell down the mountain. They were tumbling, and then they were hanging on, and then they were falling again. And
oh, sweetie, it's okay. I understand.
Noise.
It's fine. Just calm down. Yeah, have some of this. And she just towards that she just offers you the ladle full of the broth, weird bubbling broth that she was offering the other person. She's like, just have it, and she just gives you the ladle, and then she turns her attention completely away from you towards Cora, and she's like, She's like, now this is going to hurt like fuck. You understand? And
Cora's just like, ah.
she's like, I'm going to take that as a yes. And then like, and then like she does like a thing where she like pulls on the leg, and you just hear like Cora scream, right? Like it is like it's like having like a dislocated shoulder or something, like pulled to put back into place. And she's like, now we can actually mend it. And she like looks at the and like she's taking the thing off. She's like, was this an attempt at a splint? And like, yeah.
I snark back and say, well, your bedside manner has certainly improved.
And she's like, you'll say nothing about my bedside manner, young man. And like, and she's like, I don't need any of those jokes, and not from you. Simon says Simon makes enough of them, and I'm not having any more of it.
Sorry, who makes enough of them?
Simon.
Simon.
Yeah, and so she's yeah, and she's like, I'm a married woman now. I don't need this. And yeah, it goes back to like she's like goes back to applying a proper splint to it, and she's like now unfortunately you are going to have to stay in bed all day before this is going to mend.
For a whole day. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And she and like she goes and gets like a mobile, and like the mobile has like crystals and things hanging from it, and she like
Oh.
carefully places it so like she's got like one of those like tripod adjusty things that you can put like medical equipment on, right? And she
Cool.
hangs the thing directly over the leg, and then she goes about and starts like lighting a bunch of candles around your bed. Yeah, and like she's doing her work. And yeah, and she's like, and yeah, at some point she's like, she comes back and she's like, listen, if you're going to put this on your college college tab, Zeno, you're gonna have to have a word with the dean at some point.
Look,
How much? would
I
it cost?
was
How much?
yeah,
would it
I
cost?
was in their employ.
We will pay. It's fine. I'm sure we can.
She's like, oh,
something.
okay, that's fine. She goes and gets the thing, and she's like,
I'm
and
there
she's
being like, I don't know how we're gonna pay.
yeah, she's like, seeing as it's a thing, I'll give you a discount. It'll only be 50 gold pieces.
Right. Well, the only problem is we don't have it right now. Is there something we can do? Is there some work we can do?
She's like, if you
We
would
don't
like to,
need
if you'd
to
like to pay it
do-
later, that's called putting it on a tab.
We don't need to do anything for these people. They have no idea how much we saved them right now. We'll explain the whole thing once our friend is healed.
All right. So yeah, she's like fine, but yeah, she's like fine, but if you but I'm going to have to put the I have to put the financial reports send the financial reports to the financial officer, and that goes to the dean. So that's up to you. That's up to you, Zeno.
Do we really have to report this at the moment? I mean,
She's just going to put it on the bill, and your bill is going to be way higher than everyone else's as usual.
as usual, yeah, that makes sense.
I roll over, like, facing away from Zeno and Titus, and I'm like, oh, just go sort that book out.
Okay. Yeah. So I sort of like lean.
Leave me alone.
lean
Yeah. So yeah, she's like you need to rest. You need to stay still. Otherwise, this isn't going to be in the right spot.
Actually, talking to the dean does not seem like that bad of an idea. Like, overall. speaking to the dean.
What was that?
Oh, that was my cat knocking a hard drive over.
Oh, God.
It's
Hmm.
Good job, Cat.
it's fine. Going to the dean doesn't actually seem like a bad idea. I think we should probably do that next while Quora heals themselves up.
Okay.
Thanks to our lovely doctor, who it sounds like I dated previously.
It does
Oh,
sound
you
like
definitely did. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not just me.
No,
That
you
was
definitely.
what I was getting.
Yeah, you definitely dated Drew Vort before.
Drew Vort. Is that two names or one name?
Drew, Drew.
Yeah.
Voigt, Voight.
Ah, cool. Voigt is my
Okay.
boss's last name.
Oh, okay. Are they a unreasonably well presented nurse slash? Oh no, she's definitely a doctor. So
Yeah, I was gonna say she sounded like a doctor to me, but
yeah, she's
you
a
know.
she's a according to my things, she's a magical chirurgeon.
How do
Chirurgeon?
you
Yeah.
say that? No, I
Chir-
don't think that's how you say it. I thought it was
Chir-
chirp.
How's that?
Oh no, wait. No, I've never said
We're
it.
never gonna know.
No, we've never
Never
said it
said
that
it.
loud. All right,
No
good
one's
job,
ever
team.
said it.
All right.
Oh my god. Chat. If, if
Um,
anyone's in chat, if they are, how do you say that word? No one's in chat.
So to the deans then, I
Yeah,
guess.
You're gonna go and see Dean go and see Dean Giddywallen.
Yes.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
And we're going to take the book that we took from the boat with us,
Mhm.
and some of the succulents.
Okay.
Cool, awesome. So yeah, I mean, you head up to the dean's office and there's a little like bell on the door outside.
I ring the bell.
Cool. It makes a horrible, loud, clanging noise that is far too big for the size of the bell, and it's like, and like immediately you hear a, I am busy. Just a second, and like yeah, and
Okay. Before the door opens, I want to brief. I want to brief Titus on what type of person we're dealing with here.
Tell me about Dean Norman Giddywallen.
Um. Okay, so I think that this is not the first time after seeing after causing massive expense directly from the infirmary that I've come to see the dean. The dean knows who I am. The dean knows. I think the dean's just disappointed in me. I think that the dean saw something in me that took a lot of they saw a much better wizard in me than I've become so far. Whether that's due to laziness or
Right.
the inability to
Maybe you're just not disciplined
like-
enough.
yeah,
Did you
exactly
Did
something
you
like
drink
that.
away your first year?
First year.
Yeah. All right.
I yeah, that's the type of person we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that Titus is holding both the book and the succulents,
Yep.
so that we can
Okay.
present them.
Yep. I have
To the
these
dean.
things. Yep. Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. After a minute, you hear like someone like close a loud book and then slide a drawer shut, and then you hear like some clanking noises, like a chain being pulled or like being like moved, and then you hear someone like slowly like step like awkwardly over to the door, and the door is like pried open, and you see this you see the huge round face of Dean Giddiewall and like sink a little bit. He's like, "Ah, Zeno. What can I do for you this time, lad?"
We bring news from the mountains.
It's like,
Uh,
he's like, "Ah, well, better come inside then," and like, you know, like steps back and like opens the door. And you've seen this office a thousand times with its like one velvet stools in front of the desk, and the the walls like filled with magical trophies and doodads and things. There's the head of the first
head of the first dean.
no. The dean was the first ever person to prove that dragons existed in between dimensions, and he proved it by taking its head. So like, there's the head of this interdimensional dragon like mounted on the wall,
amazing.
and all these sorts of things. And yeah,
This guy's badass.
yeah, this guy he's also like,
You don't get to be the leader of a magic college if you're a wimp.
yeah, and he's also like physically huge, right? He's a big rotund man, like someone bred Winston Churchill with a rhino, and he heaves himself over to his desk, and you can see his behind desk couch that he just eases back into, and just opens up a snuff box and like puts some on his wrist, and and it's like, and he's like, "Come, sit, show me what you found."
Okay. So I motion to put the books and the succulent on the table to Titus, and I'm like, these were found growing inside the ship on the mountain's hull. We don't know how yet. The only clue that we have is this book. This is a fantastic opportunity for research. We were able to get through without attracting too much attention from the harpies.
He's like,
patrol-
I'm amazed. Those things are deadly, and they're very, very perceptive. I'm surprised you were able to be quiet for 10 minutes.
That's why I like you. You're very, very clever. But to business. We want to contribute this to the university in exchange for healing our friend up, and maybe wiping a few of those debts that I accumulated. Just to to show that there's no ill will between us, because I always felt that we haven't gotten on as well as we probably should have.
Your stupid-looking friend is trying to speak.
So like, all while you've been speaking, Titus is just like sort of being like, Zeno.
The one with the sword.
Yeah.
Titus is a little bit like, and like sort of whispers to you like, but not the book. We need the book. We can't leave the book here.
He's like, I don't need to. He's like, I don't need the book anyway. What is it? Some kind of
It's
journal?
Nothing, yes, it's just very old journal.
It's scientific notes kept by a man who, as part of this job I was hired to do, it's investigation material in that matter. So you can take what you need from this book, obviously, but we can keep the book.
He's like,
That
who's this scientist? Who's this scientist then? And, like, he leans over, and you can see he's and he starts reaching over to part of the desk, and you can see he's reaching for his glasses and just not finding them.
Can I push? Can I see his glasses on the desk?
Yeah, you can just push him to him if you like.
Can I kind of just push them
Yeah.
Out of his trying to
Towards him or away from him?
towards him.
Oh, okay. In which case he
Towards him.
puts his thing on and he's like, Reginald? This is from the captain of the ship that's on the mountain. No one knows how it got there.
We believe so, yes.
He's like, fascinating. Now let me look at these. He says, and he looks at the plants and picks a leaf off and smells it. He's like, oh, these are quite. They're quite potent. Ugh. 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 And like you can smell it from here, right? The one he's picked off a bit of is like, it smells like vomit, right? Like from quite a distance. And he's like, well, I'm sure there's something of value to be done here. I'll see what the research team makes of it. I'll see what the horticultural expansion team makes of it, and well, they'll decide the value, and that can come off your tab. And he's like, now look this, and like he takes the book and he's like, well, you can keep it, but I'm going to have to take a copy. And he like walks over to like a like crystal like globe thing, and he like opens it up and places it inside.
I would rather you didn't do that, sir. It's kind of sensitive information.
He's like, well, I'm a very sensitive man, he says, and like puts it in the globe.
I'm trying to parlay.
Oh, you want to parlay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, roll a parlay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, no, totally go for it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still
I'm trying to
mind blown
work
that
out,
a
yeah.
magic's.
I want to know what's your leverage, is because I wasn't seeing leverage there.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to, I'm assuming that this is a person who is politically minded. So I'm sort of trying to appeal to, like, you know, this is sort of secret information. So I guess I maybe would hold up, like, my holy symbol, the mark of the paladins, and be like, you know, it is, like, secret information for my order. They need it exclusively. I was told not to share it.
Okay, so you're parlaying and not using I am the law?
Ooh. I'm gonna use I am the law if the parlay does not work.
Okay, alright, roll your parlay.
Because I think, yeah, Titus would...
So what do you want?
I want for him to not take a copy.
Okay.
He can have a look at the book, but I don't want him to take a copy of it.
Okay. Alright.
Is it a charisma for a parlay?
It is charisma to parley.
Okay. Whoa.
He's like, yeah, you hold up the thing and you go, and he just I was like, yes, all right. This is a very secure location.
Can I? Assisting won't help with that, will it?
I would bump it up to a 7, which would be
Okay.
a partial success. Now, on a partial success, that means you would need to provide some kind of hard evidence or proof that
Well,
like, yeah.
Okay.
thinking...
Go on.
I was just gonna say, you could do that if you like, and probably the hard evidence or truth that I would provide would be like, you know, my, it would be to do with the order, which
Yep.
is kind of the same angle narratively if I were to use I am the law and, you know, like, really put my foot down.
So what I'm going to do is explain to our dean friend. This is a really good diplomatic move. If we can get the book back to the order, untouched and unsealed, we show them how much they can trust us and how much they can depend on us when we're needed to be depended upon. And in the order, I know that is as good as currency.
Legit.
All right. So, then yeah, roll your help. Your aid.
So what is that?
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus.
rolling-
Do you have one bond with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Then yeah, 2d6 plus
I do.
one. Yeah.
So 1 second. Ah, wrong slash, probably. Nope.
No, you need
I
a
don't know what I'm
space.
doing.
You need a space.
Oh. This is dramatic.
It's so
Yeah.
dramatic.
Ah,
Wrong
fail.
slash.
Okay. Alright.
Slash.
So
Slash. Roll.
So
2d6
So you just-
plus 1. There we go.
Hey, an
There we
aid.
go.
Yay.
So, with an
So
8
that-
on an aid, so you can give a +1, but you open yourself up to any possible consequences. If you choose to.
I think I'm okay with that. I think that keeping everyone happy is probably more important than anything that might happen to me. I'm okay with helping.
He's like, yeah, he like harumphs. He's like, I understand you've been traveling with this one. I'm not surprised they've got in your head. Listen, you can have the book. I don't need it. Probably ramblings anyway. And like tosses it like in the air, like back to you, and it just like lands like a foot in front of you, just on the
I'll
ground.
try and catch it.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's like, I'm confiscating these. He says to the thing, and he's like, once we know what they're worth, if anything, then I'll let you. Then you'll be informed. Now, you've taken enough of my time. I was very busy. He wanders, he gestures towards the door, and like, I'm assuming you head out.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to be gained here.
Cool. So yeah, you see him like waddle over to a drawer and it's like one of those like many little drawers, and he like opens one and like closes it and opens it and like pulls out a nightcap and like puts his nightcap on and starts like, waddling back over towards the big couch. Yeah, and then yeah, you.
Titus, you didn't handle that well.
Oh.
I think that there was some stuff we could have done better in there.
Oh.
I understand what you were doing. I think that, and you will in turn learn. But I think that we could benefit from doing some more work on your negotiation skills.
Yeah, so Titus looks like sort of crestfallen when you say that. Like I like also the idea that like as we like left the room, he like turned around to you and clearly to be about like, I think that went pretty well, and you're just like, that didn't go very well. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I feel bad that I have to break that to you, but I still need to break it to you, you know?
so he's sort of like, looks like oh, and he's like, okay, well,
I'm being as kind as I possibly can about it.
yeah, exactly. He's like, well, I will try to practice this skill. My mother always says I'm not very good at talking to people.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel bad.
So the only way you learn is by screwing up. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So what does the rest of the day look like for the people who aren't in a hospital bed? Let's montage it, as it were. What do you?
I actually go and sit with Cora.
Okay,
I
yep.
just go and
Yep.
chill out.
Yeah.
And,
Cool.
Um,
Do you notice that Ms. Voigt is very clearly flirting with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does, and like is just really embarrassed. And so then like once he kind of like works it out, he keeps like trying to find things to do, even though Corey's like probably asleep. So, like, for a while, he's, like, cleaning his shoes or whatever. And then,
He doesn't have
like,
any shoes.
You know, oh, yeah, because he
He
gave
gave the shoes to me.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, cleaning his, like, armor or something. And, like, but that's, like, really awkward because that involves, like, laying it out.
Yeah, he's
So
in a
like, sort
like,
of, like
yeah,
trying to
hospital
clean
room.
things while, like, sitting,
Yeah.
and then that doesn't working, so then he, like, gets out, you know, like, his holy book or whatever,
Yeah.
and, like, reading the holy book, and just trying to be, like,
Yeah,
busy,
yeah,
busy,
exactly.
busy.
Yeah, and she keeps like saying how sweet it is that you like so caring about your friend and like you look like you'd be very helpful around the place. You're very look very strong and all these other like that sort of like
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
oh you're a sweetie, but like the subtext is
Yeah.
all that like sweetie I'd like to fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like
Great.
but yeah,
Awesome.
so in the
Yeah.
meantime,
Photos.
Zeno,
He's so embarrassed.
what are you?
What am I doing? That's a good question. I don't think I want to see anyone else. I don't think I particularly want to see anyone else around campus. Maybe I want to go to.
I feel like
the-
like as you're leaving campus, you bump into Simon, and he's like, "Oh, Zeno,
Hi, Simon. Good to see you. How's my ex doing?
I." He's like, "She's fucking everyone's ex, isn't she?" And like, it's like,
Aw.
Oh,
and he's like, and like he
Oh.
immediately just looks like sad. It's
Oh,
like,
I was gonna make a joke there about, well, she's not yours, but apparently that's not the case anymore.
no, she's not. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, he just looks like crestfallen.
You know what? No, let's. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. Ale House.
He's like, yeah, all right. And he's like, saw you coming into town with a couple of folks. Boy looked pretty.
Yeah. He's from the order.
He's like, all right. He's like, we never learn. And like,
Oh, that's awesome.
That is good.
yeah. And so I think,
No,
do we
let's-
just see the rest of you two drinking for the rest of the day? Is that what's going on, or are you?
Um,
Have you got things you need to get done? Do you need to buy shoes?
I could. Well, I mean, I could absolutely prepare more. Well, I didn't cast.
Preparing
I
spells.
haven't
Don't
had
worry about
any
preparing
meat-
spells. That's different time. This is.
Yeah.
free time.
I don't know. Let me think.
Making a shoe
I guess-
for a staff.
Yeah, that's actually true. What I need to do is find a tailor and repair/replace my shoes and get a new hat.
I mean, do you have the money for that?
Sexual favors. That's what's happening.
I don't
You're
have.
in a bar.
I
mean,
don't
like,
have
Simon's-
money.
Simon's sitting right there. You could escalate your relationship to bros trading blows.
Yikes.
Can
Yikes.
is Simon a tailor? Is that the
No, he's not. But, like,
situation?
No,
'Cause, like-
the assumption was that the assumption I was getting from Maze that maybe you would be doing things for money.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not how Xeno rolls.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine. I'm just
actually, you know what? How much gold do the two of you have?
None at all.
None.
None at all. So no one has.
Yeah.
We were hoping.
How
Sorry,
did you
we
hire
lied.
me?
We discussed that. We thought we'd eventually get money from the boat.
Oh,
But you
that's right.
gave away our succulents, so whatever. I'm unconscious. Fuck you, Zeno.
you've still got the book. Which of you has the book? It's one weight.
I have the book. It's one way. Yeah, that's fine. I will put down its weight.
Actually, yeah, that's actually a good idea. While you're polishing your armor, sitting by Cora's bedside, can I take the book and read it in the pub?
Yes. Just don't give it away, please.
I won't give it away. I'll take very.
All right. You can do that. That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to the pub and just with an ale in hand, casually read through the book to see if there's anything.
Simon works out pretty quickly that you aren't going to follow through on the signals you were giving him, and like, you know, has a single beer and leaves.
Aww.
Oh,
Well, yeah. I mean,
All
he's,
right.
he's good.
Simon is
Yeah.
Simon is a sop who will always like fall for someone and have his heart broken every single time.
Yeah.
Right, like,
Aww.
like
That's
you managed,
all right.
like you've managed to break his heart again in the space of 40 minutes. Cool. All right.
All right. So yeah, sitting in the pub, drinking an ale, leafing through this book.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm trying to work out if there's a way that I can do a roll for that. I don't think there really is. Do you wanna? So what do we know about the book already? That.
We
Sorry.
we know that there is a page that discusses the failure to regrow the plants.
Yep.
And that it belongs to the captain of the ship, who
and it was
is related to what was the Lord's name? Sorry,
Reginald.
Reginald. Yeah.
So-
Reginald.
Yeah. No. So this is the journal of Mawson Reginald.
Also Reginald. Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Who is like an ancestor of the current Reginald. Yeah. So, yeah. So as you leaf through the book, I'll give you like an overview, and then we'll take another break.
Important point.
Mhm.
Sorry. We specifically made sure we took the most recent journal because we were hoping that it would tell us something about how the boat got where it was.
Yeah, and it does.
Right.
Yeah. This boat was used. Boat was used to disperse. So, he talks a lot about making the old lands. That's AULD. Making the old lands like fertile and like bountiful. He says it talks about a lot about like if we could make the old lands bountiful, there may be hope for the mountains to the south yet, and we can make them into a vibrant and growing agricultural community. And he talks about like the magnificence of the magnificence of this vessel that he's been given. That can pass over the over the land below and like disperse this form of augmented
Chemtrails.
chemtrails. Yeah, like it's disperse
Cool.
These alchemical he says aerosolized alchemical unguents. And he like he's talking about like the beauty of seeing like the of like flying over these fields and seeing the fields like bloom and grow behind the ship as these things like as they spread these alchemical unguents. And the immense pride he has in his vessel as the only one of its kind, and he is incredibly grateful to his investor that provided him with such a thing. And like this research is incredibly valuable. And then like you keep flipping through like this, and this is like 3 years worth of records.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like flipping through, and you can see him being like start talking about like issues that they're having, where like they can't target this enough, so that sometimes they spread it over areas where they've like spread it a bit much too before, and the plants kind of like start like causing damage. They like for instance, they flew over a town, and like all of the trees and things just completely like pulled apart the buildings.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And yeah, and then the last entry in it is him saying is him like it's talking about like how about how he's like he's taking the ship south for a bit. He thinks that there may be trouble. All the people in that city all the people in that city are gone, and they will their families will want revenge, and he has to hide. And like he just and then he's like all of the liquid fire pouring out of the earth, the screaming. I can't get get it out of my head. He's like yeah, and he said I'll take the ship south for a while. Hope that this doesn't get. Hope that none of this trouble reaches my brother.
Right.
Okay.
That's a lot of
Um,
things.
do we know? Okay, so a couple of things. Do we know when the ship showed up?
Yes, wait, well, yes. We can work it out. We had a date on this journal. So,
Yeah, this journal is from years 651 to 654.
654, yeah.
It is.
Right.
It is now.
But I mean-
it is now the year 741.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
So, but I mean,
almost 100 years
the
ago.
boat's always been there, as far as we're concerned. Then.
It's been
Okay,
almost
so
100 years.
okay, so the boat can fly.
Or could do. Yeah.
That's an important thing.
Yeah.
I think we might need to make a note of that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can assemble a war party or something. That's far too valuable to leave up there. We really want to check it out, but there's the harpy problem to consider. We'll come back to that. Okay. So the plants are grown magically by chemicals.
Alchemical
Which-
ungulates.
Alchemical ungulates, which means that probably we'll need to. There's probably chemicals on. Well, there residue of chemicals at least on board the ship. We're gonna have to go back to the ship, is what I think I'm getting at here.
Would I like
At least that's
Or
Can I suggest that
examine the liquid fire.
can we take a break for another couple
Yes.
of days, and then we can come back, and I think we
Yes.
should have a discussion in character.
character? Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Cool.
We'll be back soon.
right.
And we're back. Cool. Alrighty.
Yay.
So, yeah, you've finished like reading through this book, Zeno.
Yep.
What you doing with it? What you doing with your collected knowledge? Your collected knowledge.
Come rescue me.
I
from
think
the
that
floaty.
how long has it been? Just like how many, like hours?
Yeah.
Minutes?
Yep. Ours.
Hours. Okay.
An uncomfortable amount
cool.
of flirty hours.
Yeah. Okay. I think that I want to go back to the hospital, the infirmary now, and check on how everyone is doing and see how safe it is to share that knowledge with my compadres.
Yeah. So yeah, you head back there. And like it's like evening, so you see people like packing up their like you hear like all the like clatter of like people closing up shops and things, and like around this time of day the like there's always just a bit more of the like towny like slight rot sewage smell around, just like on top of the like other scents that are like kind of like there's less cooking scents and more like more of the like the day is like just closing up and some people will be cooking soon in a minute. First they have to go to the bathroom. So yeah, you head back into the thing and like head back to the infirmary. And I think at this point the doctor is like Dr. Voight is currently like off doing something.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Thank God.
That's a relief.
I think she's picked up all the messages she was getting.
Yeah, I think like when you come in, Titus is just like, oh, Zeno, I'm very glad to see you. You're back. That's good.
Cool. All right. So, and how conscious? How? Oh yeah. how into it is Cora at the moment?
Cora's like you're not drugged out. You're just. I mean, no. Here's the thing: you can choose how much of the broth you've had. Right. Like, do you want to have had like a heap and like not be feeling any pain, or do you want to be like cognizant and in pain?
Cognizant and in pain. I think I'll be slightly irritable.
Yep.
But I've been watching Dr. Voight and Titus this whole time, just sort of smiling.
Are you giving Titus any shit?
That'll be later.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay.
I'm taking notes in my book of ballads. You know, just small descriptions.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah.
And is the infirmary? Is there other people in the infirmary?
There
or is
are
it just us?
there is a she's probably like 7-year-old girl is like currently asleep, and
Okay.
then there's like a pretty there's a guy wearing like basically a like something akin to a Quidditch uniform, who's like got who's got like a neck brace on in another bed. And he's like leaving, and he's got like a big book, and you're very sure there's a magazine behind the big book.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
That's cute.
So I guess that I go in and I explain. Okay. There's some big revelations in this book
That's good.
that we should probably talk about. I'm not sure how comfortable you all are talking about it here.
So there are people within earshot.
There's only the only person awake is the Quidditch guy who like burps and then laughs at it.
Yes. So I think like I like the idea that like as you say that, he burps and laughs at it, and I'm sort of like, I don't think anyone's paying attention.
Okay. Well, if we're all okay with it, as quiet
Spill the
as
beans, Zeno.
so,
Just get on with it.
I sort of like give you a look that's sort of like, sorry, they're very, in a lot of pain.
okay. All right. So the main points is that the herbs are grown using alchemical
Unguents.
ungulants, which were
Unguents.
launched, which were alchemical ungulants, which were from the launched from the flying ship, which is how they grew all of these succulents and damaged the land quite severely in a lot of cases.
The
Right.
villagers were right. It was Sir Reginald's fault that the magma is everywhere and incoming.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's not clear exactly whether the magma did anything, but I think what this boils down to is we need to go back to the boat now. Now, you're looking at me like I don't know.
No, it's just you said they were pouring this alchemical something onto the land, and it was
From the air,
Where?
somehow the ship flies.
Okay. Well, I would like to. Could I spout lore to see if I've heard about flying airships before?
Sure.
Let's see if I think that how unusual I think that is.
I would guess it's pretty unusual. I also think it's pretty unusual that no one's checked this out in all this time.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah. Oh, that's not actually terrible for me. Okay, so I rolled a 7.
Yep. And you want to know about airships?
Airships, yeah.
So let me just.
And I guess we're talking like 100 years ago, right?
Yep.
Mm,
That's a great noise. Whose cat is that? Is it someone's cat? It's a great noise.
that's Jimmy's.
It's good.
So
Good job, cat.
flying ships.
I think Cora would have heard from the villagers as well, like, century-old songs and things.
This,
So
yeah,
maybe
seems
our combined
right
That's
knowledge.
sort of what I'm looking for, actually. Less about, like, the technology and more about, are there stories of flying ships?
I think
that
there's a
spray
story of
chemicals,
um
you know?
I think there's a verse. I mean, no, you wouldn't know a song. You would know something else.
Yeah. Probably I would know a book.
I think you know about the way to defend yourself from aerial attack, and one of the things that is listed is as an example is if someone has like a flying has some kind of large flying vessel, and they say and they're like and like it has like an example where the example that it has seems like weirdly written, but it's of people trying to there seem to be some members of the order of the is the order of the sun, the hand of the sun, some members of the hand of the sun are trying to like seem to be like in this example trying to rescue people from the Dawnstrand and the Badlands, and in the example there is magma being like rained down upon them by some kind of flying vessel, and it describes the way that they used like dispersion tactics so that they couldn't be made a single target and all these sorts of things. And then like there's like a editor's note. This example is provided as an example only, as its historical accuracy is apocryphal.
Okay, yeah. So this is a book that I recall, like,
Yeah.
when you say like flying airship. So I think also one other question, which I don't know if this is about lore, but do I know of any ruined towns?
There's
on the
heaps in the
Strand?
Badlands.
There's heaps. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, I think when you say that, I'm like, I have heard something about this kind of flying ship. You know, maybe there was some a long time ago and not so much anymore. But I think there were towns near the Strand and into the Badlands that were maybe attacked by something like this. We could go there. Maybe we could find clues.
So we agree that it's plausible
It's plausible.
that the ship somehow flew.
Oh, well, it seems likely. I cannot think any other reason why it would be up there.
So that's probably a secret worth having. If we can get up there and find out how it flew,
But the ship
we're gonna.
ruin it is like 100 years old now. I do not think we could.
I think we need to find Sir Reginald, maybe his descendants and family and things, and basically threaten them until they spill the beans, you know, and also get them to fix this magma stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would not necessarily condone that kind of interrogation, you know, but you have a very good point. Sort of like, but yes, yes, it's a very good idea. Angry sick person.
Yeah, Titus
could
is
ask
right.
them.
Like the ship's broken. We've already been there.
But maybe maybe their family still has the plans. Maybe they still know how to do this.
Yeah, it's certainly an avenue worth pursuing, and an avenue that would require a lot less harpies. Okay. The second thing, and again, I was thinking that we'd have to go back to the ship for this, but I'm open to ideas. The elements that we use to grow the plants. There's probably still traces of them. I don't think we saw anything last time. I want to stress that we didn't really have a chance to look around the boats. We were too busy dealing with harpies.
This is true.
So if we were to talk to some of Titus's friends and accrue force of some strength to at least to deal with the harpies if we're needed to.
I have vowed to help Cora make an alliance with the harpies.
You haven't told.
I
You
don't say
haven't told Zeno that. Though.
I haven't told Zeno that, so I don't say that. But
Well then, like I mean, like I like the fail because I think that the two things that we could get from the boat, the chemicals that we used to, or the alchemicals rather, that we used to grow the plants, and the technology behind all the ability to make a ship fly.
Yep.
You've given me that we can go and talk to Sir Reginald. Talk to Sir Reginald. And get at least some of these details. Do you reckon he'll have
I would say
samples of the chemicals as well?
That's what I wondered. I wondered if it's possible to get, because if that family had.
Does someone want to spout Lawrence original?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe Cora or I should, because we got intel previously and we haven't specified what that intel was. So maybe we have some kind of information that's useful here.
Yeah, no, I am in full agreement with you there.
I think what I would spout is more rumors and songs, but what you would spout is paladin knowledge about Fort Atlas.
All right. Would
So-
you be able to potentially help me? Because intelligence is not my strong point.
Maybe you should sing a song about this first.
What's that?
Maybe like if you're gonna help out, if like I'm just wondering if it would be valuable to sing a song first.
Oh, the
Oh, right.
of your
But
thing?
Arcane art.
that has to happen in fiction, right?
Yeah, up to you.
I'm
Whether
just-
you think your mood is one of singing.
Or screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, can't you just go through the lyrics of the song Like-
Angrily?
No, then it's not magic.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Suggesting
Yeah.
that the spell that is like, then when you help, you can help better.
I think like as I'm writing this down, I'm sort of trying to anyway, I turn the page in my ballad book, and I start to write down sort of the legend of Sir Reginald, and I begin to hum a little bit, and I say to Titus, surely you've got to know more things about Sir Reginald and the facilities at Fort Atlas.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Alright. So it sounds like you're helping, but it doesn't sound like you're casting that spell.
Oh, is that not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yep,
cool, yep.
that's
Alright,
fine.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm in too much pain to like actually
to really focus on it.
sing,
Yeah.
but I'm
If you were
constructing.
high, you'd
yeah.
be singing really easily, but
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's fingers crossed. Oh, okay. That help would be great.
Okay. Ah.
Oh, okay.
so this is what you
Experience.
what you know about Sir Reginald. The his family, like, it's common knowledge that his family like basically secretly owns every bakery in Fort Atlas.
Okay.
And I think the thing that you know is that you must never buy like bread from them because like it contains like mind-altering chemicals that make you like
Okay.
always want to like buy more of their bread.
Okay.
And
Alright.
it's a scam and it's magic and you shouldn't. It's bad.
Okay. So yeah, so I like the idea that Cora's like being like, you've got to remember something else useful. and
Like
Titus is
like
kind of sitting
what
there being
crazy person did you hear this from?
like,
Sorry,
Yeah.
what unreliable person did you hear this from?
yeah, my mother.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you
so
get raised
like,
on rice?
What's that?
Did you get raised on rice?
Yeah, probably. I wasn't allowed to have bread as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bread is too dangerous. You'll get addicted to bread. Bread makes you fat. Yeah. So I think, yeah, Cora's like, you must remember something else of use. And Titus is sort of sitting there like racking his brain, and all he can come up with is like his mother's voice being like, "Don't eat the bread. They put the drugs in the bread and make you want to eat more bread forever." And so he just sort of says like, "Well, there's the thing about the bread. They put the chemicals in the bread, and maybe it is if they can make the bread chemicals, maybe it is connected to the other chemicals. Maybe they are a family of powerful alchemists. They must have records of all their old experiments, surely."
I think I know one of those chemicals though. I think that I've met an ex-baker on all of my journeys. And I think I know at least one of the chemicals that might give us a hint to where in the world we need to start.
Because Yep. Okay. So on a player level, I guess we have got a couple of avenues. We could go back to the boat. My hesitation with going back to the boat is probably a meta hesitation. It's a like meta narrative thing where I'm like, we've been there.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But I totally see your point. Because it depends on like what we need. So we want info on those chemicals and info on how they did that ship. Is it possible we could get those two things from the family if they have records of them? But it's
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The chemicals, at least, there's bound to be a library in the university.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
what we
could
should
some
do
research.
is search the library for any tomes about or mentions of the flying ship.
Mm-hmm. And or
That might give us some sort of indication of where it's been seen,
Yep.
where it came from. Reginald, you got to imagine Reginald boasted a bit about this.
yeah,
Like the tone of the book seemed to imply that
yeah. He thought it was on
like
something really
there's
great.
probably records of it somewhere,
Yeah.
and we're in a big record, so we can probably start there. But
Okay.
the plants are also being analyzed
True.
by our
Dean.
by the alchemists here.
Mm.
We got the dean on top of that, so it could just be a waiting game. Is the
Alright.
other option?
Well, what if we do like a two-pronged kind of research thing? What if
Yes.
while we're waiting for the alchemists to analyze the plants, we go and try and see if we can find any records of sightings of a flying ship 100 years ago. And then when we hear more about the plants, hopefully they tell us, teamed up with the knowledge that Cora might have from the baker, we could look for specific records of like when
Yeah,
those chemicals.
That's a very good plan. I like that.
I
Does that
feel
work
like
for you, Cora?
Yeah, I was going to spout lore about my villager person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Ash?
I feel like all of this can come down to discern realities for a research sort of montage.
Yep.
Yep.
Totally.
We see like people like pulling books off of the shelves and like putting them onto the into like a little basket and things, and people like making notes and all this sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
someone's like fallen asleep on the book
Yeah.
and someone comes up
That's
and like
probably me.
and like pokes them and like
Yeah.
wakes them up, and they're like, oops, and they've got like a book stuck to their face, and like and
like when-
and people like pouring another cup of coffee and all these sorts of things. Yeah. So yeah, who wants to roll our discern realities? And I'd say that
Whoever's smartest.
yeah.
Not me.
I mean, in this case, it is discern reality. It's discern reality, so it's still wisdom, right? It's still your ability to find the valuable information amongst this.
Okay,
It's to
yeah.
intuit where to look, not necessarily can I read a book.
Who among us is
So
the wisest?
my
I've
wisdom
got
is
+1.
as do I.
Okay.
But
I've got +0, so not me. But one of the two of you, and maybe the other one is helping. I don't know.
Also, I'm assuming this is the next day after you're feeling better, Maze. Cora.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I do need to mention is the fact that if you're staying with, the people who aren't in the hospital bed for that night, will have to spend money to.
This money thing, it keeps coming up. Why are
Unless
people
you're just
so
spending the
obsessed
night on
with
the
it?
street or like staying up.
I mean, I know whose bed Titus was in.
No.
My bed!
no way am I sleeping. I've got like a really exciting
Okay, so yeah. Alright.
challenge to.
All right,
Like
so we go straight into montage.
I'm gonna be in the library all night.
Cool. All right.
And
Then
actually,
Alright.
I think I would like to. Is there in this town, in this, town of magical science, does this town have a temple to anything, to anybody?
Yeah, this town has a bunch of temples that you find weird.
Oh, okay.
There is not a temple to the sun.
Okay.
You know that there used to be, but it kind of got like, it kind of shut down for some reason.
Okay.
And since then, there's a bunch of temples for like, or not since then, but like there are a bunch of temples that are still active that are like, to, like basically heroes,
Okay.
but specifically like academic heroes.
Okay.
Um,
That makes sense.
So like the town has one to like the woman who discovered how you could directly transpose materials from like one position to another and things like that.
Okay.
And for the first person that worked out that magic could be used to like directly power, like you could convert between magic and like and like this strange thing called electric, and they were like, I can use this to like store magic power into things. So like yeah.
Okay. Well, I think for me then, I sort of have this vague memory of there being a temple to the sun once upon a time, and I
You
go
can probably
looking
go and try
for
and find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for it because I think Titus is feeling the need to seek out religious advice and pray. So I think because I know we already have this sort of montage, so it's not like I want a whole scene, but I think he's gonna go and try to find a temple and ask for a bit of floor to lay his bedroll on.
So I think you like we do see Titus like walking like down the street towards the thing where where like they think the Sun Temple is, and they find the temple that is clearly like the Sun Temple, and it has the like huge like brass metal sun thing hanging off, but it's like half hang off, it's like half fallen over the door, and like it's got like dark green paint over it and over part of the walls, and you like peer at it for a moment, and this building has fallen into like serious disrepair, and like you stare at it for a moment, and then you realize that what it actually used to say before the thing fell down was traitors.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So I think he sort of finds
And
a
like,
way.
you're welcome in this town. No one has an issue with you. Like, no one talks
Yeah.
about this.
No, exactly. That's a strange thing to him. I think that's completely confounding to him, especially because he's young and he doesn't know that much about like the deep inner workings of the order. So this is like a really strange concept to him. But I think he still feels like by the time he sort of finds the temple, maybe it's quite dark, and it seems like still a familiar place.
Mm-hmm.
I think he maybe came here as a child, and that's why he remembers that it exists at all.
I mean, this has been like this for as long as his life.
Okay.
The reason that it was hard to find is because people have built like houses and buildings across the roads that used to lead here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I
it's
think,
almost like hidden away by history.
Mm.
But like you immediately recognize the shape of the building, and it's still familiar because it's the same as every other Sun Temple.
As everywhere else, right? Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Okay. So it feels familiar, even though it's not right. So I think he like sort of finds a way to climb in, and basically camps out in the room, I think.
Yeah. And
sort of, prays.
Once he gets inside, like the shape of the inside of it is the same as every other Sun Temple from when he was a child, and I think he like you probably like go and find there's like a bearing booth, which is where you bear yourself to it's a confession booth, and it's and inside it is he remembers inside being like plush and like velvet and full of like cushions and things, and he goes and like climbs in there into the place where you are safe to this is the place where you're safe to show yourself and show your like the worst parts of yourself.
Yeah, so I think he goes and sort of like curls up in there, is going to sort of say some prayers to the sun and try to kind of meditate on what's happened and in the harpies and everything. I would like to use my move, which is the quest move.
Yes, totally. Yep.
So let me just check what it says here. Quest. When you dedicate yourself to a mission through prayer and ritual cleansing, state what you set out to do. So now it gives me 3 options.
Which are?
so I'm assuming I choose one of these. Slay X, a great blight on the land. Defend X from the iniquities that beset them. Or discover the truth of X.
Yeah.
Now, iniquities.
Iniquities
What does
are like things that they don't deserve.
that mean? Oh, defend them from the. Okay, yeah, right. So they like injustices.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's either that one or discover the truth of, like, it could be discover the truth of the harpy culture, or it could be yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose discovering the truth of, like, the harpies and their culture.
Yep, cool.
And then it says, then choose up to 2 boons. An unwavering sense of direction to X, invulnerability to blah, for example, fire, enchantment, etc. A mark of divine authority, senses that pierce lies, a voice that transcends language, a freedom from hunger, thirst, and sleep. And then the GM will tell you what vow or vows is required of you to maintain your blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to choose 2 boons. Sorry, this is complicated.
That's right. This is, yeah.
I'm going to go invulnerability to enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with a mark of divine. No, senses that pierce lies.
Mm-hmm.
Senses that pierce lies and invulnerability to enchant are the ones I would like to choose.
Cool. All right.
Have you got the list?
I've got it here.
Cool.
I'm really tempted to give you Valor.
Right. Sorry. Let me check. Valor. So, what vow or vows is required of you? Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's forbidden.
You cannot suffer an evil creature to live.
Oh man, that's so bad. Oh, that's so bad.
I'm not going to do that because it's not fun for the story. I'm going to give
I mean,
you...
it's very interesting for the story, but I don't know how.
Yeah, no, and it
everything's
doesn't
so
help.
interconnected, so-
I'm going to give you both piety and honor.
Okay, honor. Cowardly tactics and tricks are forbidden. Piety, observance of daily holy services. Alright, cool. Yeah. I also need to level up, so is it alright if I
You
go
can
ahead
just
and
do
choose
that now.
my
Yep.
things
Yep.
while we continue?
Yep. Let's do our montage roll.
Cool.
Okay. Is that intelligence?
Oh no, it's wisdom. It's wisdom.
Okay.
So,
Lol.
Oops.
All right.
That was a 4 stream.
Oh, stream can see. The stream can see your
Oh,
failure.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they understand with which you've failed beyond all hope. Mark XP.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
All right. What are you gonna
Everyone
say?
else is rolling too, though, right? Does everyone roll?
No, it's just one person rolls.
Oh.
I mean,
Alright.
I didn't have any better chance.
Yeah.
Like, as far as
No, because only one person could help you anyway. Because if 2 people help you, then
Yeah.
then you only get one of the helps. So
does
let me just have a look at my sheet here. I need to check a thing. Where is it? I've lost the bit I need.
So Sorry, I made a typo that said invulnerability to enchantment.
Enchantment.
Enchantment. Is that the enchantments that I make? Enchantments.
Alright. Let me work out how I can turn this around. So what were you researching specifically?
Well, this time, this role specifically, there's kind of
In the library.
In the library, we wanted to look up stories of roughly 100 years ago of flying ships going over towns and wrecking their shit. I think. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
right, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, okay, right. No, this makes perfect sense. Alright. There are no records of any flying ships in this library. None.
Noticeably none.
Furthermore, even though you're being perfectly legitimate and like you're not making a ruckus at all, like towards the end of the day, someone I think you spot someone comes in and speaks to the librarian, and then the librarian who's this 6'4", ginger, he's balding a bit on top. He's got big mutton chops and he's got really ginger forearms coming out from his button-up shirt, and he comes over and says to you, very sorry, but you're going to have to leave. You're making a bit too much noise.
I don't like this.
Didn't you? You didn't tell us in character, but didn't you read something about an investor?
Yes.
I wonder if that investor
I did.
still exists, or if there's some kind
Can
of...
I? Because I'm in the library too. This was my idea. We decided to
I see
split the difference on cutting the research. I'd like to talk to this guy.
You're welcome to talk to him outside, but at the moment you're disturbing other patrons. I'm happy to have a chat afterwards.
You can't let us. We are on the cusp of discovering lost technology that would
Please
not
don't
only
shout.
benefit.
Please don't shout. There's no need for that.
Oh, God. Oh, it's so annoying.
Please, you'll just need to come outside.
Avoid danger.
You rolled a 4. You're getting kicked out of the library. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Library privileges revoked.
really, okay.
Uh,
Alright.
Well,
Okay.
it's very suspicious that there were no record of flying ships.
Very. And that
None.
no one was poking around either. Someone's trying to hide something.
Okay. I think. Can I discern reality now that I've been kicked out of the
I
library?
mean, what are you discerning realities about? Because you can discern realities about a different thing, right? You just can't discern realities about flying ships in the library.
I'm.
Question
And you need
for
to tell me how you're discerning them.
Zeno. Question for Zeno. Did the journal mention it, it said something about a town that they wrecked by accident? Did it
Yep.
say what
Yes.
that town was?
I'm going to say that it did. I'm going to say that it did.
Okay.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that they would keep specific records of if it's like a captain's log. They wouldn't just be like, that town. They'd be like, such and such on the border.
The town that they were referring to specifically. So the town that got wrecked by so Brannanforth was the one that got torn apart by the plants. And Hope Spring was the one where liquid fire sprung up from beneath it.
Okay, so sorry, what was the first one called?
Okay.
So Brannanforth was the one that got wrecked by its own plants, whereas Hope Spring was the one where liquid fire came up from underneath it.
Okay.
He talks about vines tearing the earth apart and liquid fire springing forth and consuming the town.
Could you just put them in the chat, Ash?
Yep. Sorry, in the chat.
Okay. But I'm outside the library now.
Yes, you are. You've been your library privileges have been revoked.
Revoked.
I think actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna like turn around to Zeno and be like, Zeno, perhaps it's time we ask my people.
I thought you were going to say, Zeno, you didn't handle that very well.
I should have. No.
That is actually a really good idea.
I'm
starting to think something smells rotten here anyway.
Yeah.
I think that it is a great idea to go and talk to the paladins at Fort Atlas and see what they have to say.
Okay.
Is there a boat maker at Fort Atlas in the middle of all the hills?
There's not a boat maker anywhere. The biggest thing that gets made
I
near
think-
here are barges and like little pontoons. You're miles from the ocean.
I think I heard a rumor that there is a boat maker, which is very suspicious.
In Fort Atlas?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right.
I'm gonna spout. Can I spout law
Roll me a
about?
spout law to tell me what you know about boat makers in the region.
All right. Yep. This is wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it's intelligence.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to roll
that's
intelligence.
wrong.
Sorry.
You're thinking of.
Hey! Right. There are only a few boat makers left. Apparently, many years ago, a lot of them just got their businesses got their businesses bought out. Like a long time ago, someone bought all the boat makers, and then several years later, just they were all abandoned and no one got paid for work anymore. And they all ended up making barns and carts and things instead. And there's this this thing of don't get into boat making, you'll get bought out and sold, right? It's a thing. Where did you hear about this? Where did you hear about this weird economic crash? This all happened.
I
and this
heard
is all
about
the ones
it.
near Fort Atlas, by the way.
Yeah. I heard about it in a town called the Docks, which is actually
Totally
on
nowhere near
the
the
top
sea.
of a hill.
Yeah, I love it.
It's up here.
Can you ping?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
how do I
You're
ping?
drawing it. I see. No, I see you drawing it.
So good.
Great.
Can we move it to one of the ones that like this one or this one that's closer to to Fort Atlas?
Yep.
I
Cool.
think that second one you pinged. I think because then it's sort of a little bit away from
The other things?
main,
Yeah.
Main thoroughfares,
Yeah.
because it's obviously not a well-known place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
It's actually just that. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. And yeah, that's where I heard about it. And
Is it a case of everyone who's heard of the place always thinks it has a really strange name that obviously came from some other etymology, and only a few people sort of in that town know or are willing to talk about the town's history or something like that?
yeah. And there's songs about how before the magma came, there used to be such a large river and a lake that was as large as an ocean.
Cool.
over here.
Awesome.
But it's not there now, right?
It's just
Not anymore.
magma now.
It's all gone.
Yep.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Alright. Okay.
I would also like to discern reality about our hairy friend,
Yeah,
our hairy
what's-
ginger fan.
Yeah, what's the deal with the
who-
librarian here? Like,
Yeah,
Is
who
it-
threw us out.
yeah.
I want to try and
agree.
ascertain, one, if there's anything going on with the library itself, or if it's just him working for, or what his relationship is with our good friend.
I have a quick question in
So-
regards to that.
Sorry, Maze. I made it grey and brown because it's all dried up now.
Cool.
I have a quick question in relation to that. With my quest,
Mm-hmm.
the boons that I get, are they specifically for actions in the pursuit of my quest, or are they...
No, they're while you're on the quest. As long as you're pursuing the quest.
Yeah, okay. Well, because I don't know if I am actively...
I think you can use it here.
Alright, because I do have senses that can see through lies or whatever. it
Yeah,
is.
cool.
So I will narratively help you. If you want to do the talking, Zeno, that's fine. Or if someone
Okay,
else wants to do the talking,
I am
and I'll just like...
trying to figure out. This guy is a local,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
He
so
is, yes.
I would have
You-
some kind of.
You've known Oscar for years. He's
Yeah.
always really nice to you, and you can see
Yeah,
he was trying
so-
so hard to be polite, despite the fact that he knew, like he was like, I want to be polite to Zeno.
Okay, so Oscar's definitely acting out of character.
Yes, definitely.
That in itself is case for worry. I should be trying to figure out, one, what's going on with.
You need to... Yeah, you need to
Like, I want to know. I want to know what type of person Oscar is, to try and determine whether it's the type of thing where he would. Like he's not. I don't
mean,
think he
you-
seems like he's corrupt by nature.
No, you know
I think-
Oscar. He's he's not corrupt. Like, I'm not gonna have to make you roll for this. Like, you know him, right?
Yeah.
He's not corrupt by nature, but he's also he also understands that, like, I think I think he's probably lied for you in the past, right? Like, where there's been a
Right.
delicate situation, and and like, so he's
He's
been
the diplomat peacemaker type.
yeah. You totally
Okay.
no, you totally got dumped by Voight through Oscar. Like, Oscar was like, I have some bad
Oh.
news.
Has Oscar dated Voight?
No,
Um,
he's not interested in girls.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
but yeah, he's that
Okay.
person. He's the...
No,
person who
'cause
always gets stuck
what-
in the middle of things.
What that sounds like to me is that Oscar is caught between doing what's right and doing what's proper. Sort of sounds like he's having undue influence placed upon him in terms of, like, it could be coming from the faculty or it could be directly coming from an employer who said, like, an outside force of the library. And I guess that's what I want to try and ascertain.
Yeah.
Is this a conspiracy
I need to know
within
how
the
you're going to
building
find this
itself?
out.
Yeah.
It might be, did you just see were you just, like, paying attention to something? Did you go and seek something out? What is it that gives you this information? Or might give you this information if you roll well?
What might give me this information?
Didn't you
Uh,
say,
okay.
Ash, that...
I notice that a lot of people are a lot like, this is clearly not the first time this has happened to me while I'm here, right? I mean, we could put down the nurses, or we could put down Voight's feelings towards me as a rebel you know, dealing with a past relationship, doesn't like me very much. But then I went to the dean who, you know, who knows me and knows that I'm normally pretty good and like at least I'm trying, and I got kicked out of his office too. And then I've gone to the library, and Oscar of all people has just thrown me out. And Oscar and I go way back. He is a close friend. There is something not adding up here. I've pissed people off, but not enough at this level. Like
All right.
this goes beyond
Yeah.
people
Okay.
pissed
Cool.
at me.
Roll a discern realities check.
Discern realities is
Wisdom.
wisdom, right?
Yep. Which is totally appropriate here.
Oh!
No.
But
You get XP.
that's good. But I'm also aren't I getting help?
You are.
It's
but
not gonna
I
push
won't
a
be able
4.
to bump you up to a success, not from a 4.
Even if a
at
song had been sung.
6 is still a fail.
6 is still
Six
a fail.
still okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
No.
Damnity.
Some bad rolls today.
I mean, so
Yeah.
here's the thing. I will give you that someone in a someone that you don't recognize in a faculty uniform spoke to Oscar before, but at the same time, I need to make a move.
You do. We've got something up. You need to make a move against us.
Yeah. What happens? What happens when you? What do
I
you?
failed that badly.
I mean, yeah. I think the answer is that you get kicked off campus because you're trying to climb in a fucking window.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we totally tried to follow this person
Totally
or
makes
something,
sense.
yeah.
Right?
You can't keep this is
And like
vitally important.
Maggie Chan, who's like head of campus security, right? And she's like buff as fuck, just like picks you up and is like, I'm sorry, this is enough. You need to go.
Oh, well, that just reaffirms my belief that
Exactly.
there's something very wrong going on here.
I love the idea of you being like deposited outside by this huge woman, and you stand up and be like, "See, I knew it."
She's like, the dean said you weren't feeling well. Maybe you should go and take some rest.
Okay.
So
I
no,
think-
you're exactly right. I've been overdoing it. I have a new project
You're
with
telling
which
me.
I am.
She's like, I
With
didn't even
which
know
I
how
am-
you got up there.
It really wasn't easy, and I'm only wearing one shoe.
No, you've got the boots.
I've got the boots, yeah, but
Yeah.
no, you're right. I've pushed this too far.
I will definitely.
I'll be back
give up
when I'm-
entirely.
Better. Yeah, let's go to the fort now, guys.
Okay.
That we've been successfully kicked off
Yeah.
campus.
I think just before we leave, and I assume based on the time that if we make a plan to leave and go to the fort, then that's the start of next session. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up here.
Yep.
Well, I would like to propose, unless I know Maze hasn't had much input. So if
Yep.
there's anything that Maze wants to do, then
Yeah, that's true.
it's
Well,
cool.
it's alright.
But I was going to say I wouldn't mind taking my friends to show them the ruined Temple of the Sun and the
Sure.
graffiti, because that is a weird thing to me, and I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, totally.
So I would like to say to them, well, maybe before we leave, there is something I would like to show you. I'm not sure what it means. It is troubling to me. Lead my friends through the alleyways to this ruin and show them the words traitor written all over the temple. Dun, dun, dun.
Should we I kind of want to close on that.
Sure. Go for it.
I think I like the idea of us closing on the three of you looking up at the temple with the word traitor traders scrawled across it and we just like continue to pan up into the sky.
I feel like it's dawn too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely dawn.
I have, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Now you've
Thanks,
some of
team.
you have leveled up. I'm assuming you've done all that stuff. Good job. Now we need to do end of session. So,
Yep.
did anyone resolve any bonds this session?
I think we did. I think that Titus is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach them all that I can. Was resolved in terms of I said that their diplomatic. I said that his diplomatic skills needed work, and he came back at me with a better suggestion of something to do. I think that it's been clear to me what I've taught Titus.
Yep, you have imparted knowledge successfully.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think I've successfully imparted knowledge, and I think we'll all agree that Cora had an important role in the events to come.
Yeah. Well, I think too. Well, I don't know whether it's up to you whether you think that's resolved yet. It definitely seems to be like very likely to be true because I think without Cora there would not be a quest to do anything with the harpies. So.
I think I agree actually. Yeah, I think that you still have more to do.
Cool.
Sure. Yeah, I think my bonds are still relevant. This is not my first adventure with Titus. I think that... I don't know. I think like Titus sitting by my bed for so long might have resolved that, like
What was
being
one you
the
had?
opposite of an adventure.
What was the one you had before? The bond?
This is not my first adventure with Titus.
Oh, is that all it was? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we've learned all we maybe can learn from that bond. So yeah, maybe there's something else.
Yeah, like maybe think about the bonds between sessions and
Sure.
we can have a chat about that.
At the start of next
Yeah, just like and we can have a chat about what the bond looks like now
Yep.
at the start of the next session because I think
Sure.
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I think I definitely need to resolve one of mine.
Yeah.
I think I still like Zeno is a brave soul. I have much to learn from him. I think that's still good because I think there were several things in this session where, especially when Zeno gave the speech to Cora about like the value of lives and things like that. I think Titus was very like, such wisdom. Why don't I know these things? I should be telling people these things. So I think that's still very relevant for him. However, my other one, Cora has stood by me in battle and can be trusted completely. I don't know. I think that's getting complicated. I think I need to resolve that one and change it because it's not that he doesn't trust Cora, but he's now a little fearful of Cora. There's something going on in Cora that he doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So do we mark XP?
You mark XP when you resolve a bond.
Okay, cool. Right. So I have to think about that one.
Cool. All right. Is that all the bonds that need resolved? Cool. All right. Now, once we've done our bonds, now, did anyone do their alignment thing?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Use magic to directly aid another. I healed that egg using magic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
You did.
Yep. Cool. That
Yep.
definitely.
So is that when that gets resolved, that gets cleared, right? And
No,
I
it doesn't
find
get
another-
cleared. No, it doesn't get cleared.
Okay.
It gets marked. But if you feel
It
like
stays there.
It just earns you.
Yep.
it gets you an XP. But if you feel like your alignment has changed, we can talk about like changing your alignment. No. Cool.
I don't think I I acted on my alignment. I don't think I endangered myself to protect someone weaker than me.
There wasn't a lot of danger in this one, so.
Well, I could have tried to save my friend from
Falling.
falling off a cliff, probably.
Yeah, I mean, she was running they were running pretty fast. Yeah.
That's true. They were.
It wasn't a lot that, yeah.
I'm just wondering if there was any time in, like, the way you endangered yourself less directly, like, less, like, physically. But I don't think you did.
I don't think so.
What about in the dean's office?
Endangering
Like,
myself to protect-
speaking out of turn to a very powerful wizard.
Yeah, but to
Um,
aid... Nah, I don't think I was to aid another. I was to aid a cause.
It was
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
I reckon.
How about you, Cora?
Spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action.
I feel like that must have happened. That's
Really? What?
Yeah. Like the bit where
Picking
you were
up an
like,
egg and running with it.
and then the bit where you were like, I need you to, or how can I get you to, like, take up this quest?
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
definitely. Yep.
That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Cool. All right.
Oh
So
shit.
mark XP for that. All right. Now the last 3 questions. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yes.
Many
Yes,
things
yes, we
about
did.
The landscape and the history of the landscape, for one thing.
Did Yeah, I think
Ships
definitely.
can fly.
Mark an XP. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Did
Nah.
we overcome the Yeti, or did we just avoid the Yeti? What's the?
I
We
think
outsmarted it, but I don't think that
Outsmarted.
counts.
I don't think
like-
you overcame it.
Okay.
Yeah, like we avoided conflict with it in the same way that we avoided. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Cool.
And did we loot a memorable treasure? No, I don't think so.
Not
That is
this
okay.
time.
Not every time. That is alright. Okay, so that is the end of the session for this week. That was really fun. It wasn't the like high action thing. It was more intrigue and like
That's good.
and like secrets and mysteries, which was good. I did like the
So
slapstick at the
good.
start. But yeah, we made it off the mountain, which is
Yeah.
good. Good job, team. And yeah,
We
we've
didn't get killed by a
learned a bunch of
Yeti.
stuff. Pardon?
We didn't get killed by a Yeti.
All right, so yeah. Emily, do you want to tell us who you are and where people can find you?
Sure. Hello, I'm Emily. This was heaps of fun. I'm a filmmaker and I make art and stuff on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Blackwall Says. I'm also on Tumblr at Blackwall Holiday. Yeah. Thank you very much. This was really good.
Jimmy?
This is my first time playing this game, and it's amazing. I'm Jimmy. I can be found on Twitter at roleplay_James. Come and see us at GX. We'll be doing lots of stuff at the tabletop area as well as floating around. And hopefully, we'll also be doing this next week as well. That's about it. You can find me on YouTube. I do podcasts and other fun stuff.
Cool. Awesome. And Maze?
Hi, I'm Maze. I do composition and sound design and audio programming for games. I will also be at GX. We will all be at GX. This will be fun.
Come and say hi.
Yes, please do.
Cool.
I am at Maze Wallen on Twitter.
Cool. Awesome.
Yay.
And I am your GM. My name is Ashton, and I am at Acegiak, ACEGIAK, on Twitter, and acegiak.net on the internet, and all the same stuff on YouTube and everywhere. We'll be back again next week to hopefully wrap this little arc up. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but we'll see. There's a lot of cans of worms opened, which is good fun. So I'm excited. And yeah, I'll be at GX Oz, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.